Good morning, evening, or whatever time of day it is, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining me in this, my terrain showcase video for IdicBeer 40K's Terrain Bridge Competition 2018. So, you can see in front of you, that's my bridge, my Prospero-inspired terrain piece. What I'll do is just show you it from a few different angles, I guess. There we go, so there's your pyramid next to it, and when the pyramid's all painted and complete, it'll look a lot better. You can see these plant pots here. These have been a really late addition to the piece. They're just yogurt pots, or it's in the UK Cadbury like chocolate treat pots kind of thing, like a chocolate pudding. And what I did, I sanded them, and then I put a Rust-Oleum texture spray on there, and then I've gone in. You can see the bottom's not painted. But then I've gone in with a red base coat and then a grey base coat, just to give it a few different colour shadows underneath. And the shadows match then the steps and stuff, where you can see I've gone in with a red base coat there and then dry brushed over with the sort of creamy white colour, which I believe is Wilkinson's. Let's have a look. Wilkinson's Moonlight White it is, which is just a little tester pot that I've used on that. So it's not cost me much at all, this piece of terrain. Let me think how much I've spent on it. The only money I actually spent on it was the foam board here is a piece of 4x4 foam board, and all this here as well. It's a piece of not 4x4 foam board that I got from Hobbycraft for about $4.99 or $3.99 or $2.99. I can't remember. It was like a big A1 sheet. And that's the only money I've really spent on it. The bulk of the walls are made from blue foam that I got from a skip just near my work. These plants actually as well, they cost me a bit of money. I do have the thing here. It's from an old topiary ball that I got from like a bargain store. £1.99 for that. So a grand total of about £5 or £6 quid's been spent on this bit of terrain. Maybe 7, including the paint. And I got a brush to paint it as well. Actually, no, but I used an old brush, so yeah. Anyway, yeah. So let's talk about this terrain piece now. This is going to be like a modular terrain piece, and when I have another pyramid to go on the opposite side of the board over here, it's going to be able to move up onto this second level here. What I'll do, I'll cut this shortly, and then I'll show you the sort of the height it's going to be at, just to give you an idea of what sort of units can go under it. As you can see at the moment, there's only infantry units that are going to be able to get under there. You can see here, it was my Constantine Valdor conversion that I'll go back to at some point, as I always say in a lot of my videos. And he'll be able to get under there, but the Knight Armiger can't get under there. There's no chance of a Dreadnought getting under there, or even a Killer Cam probably. It's about creating a board with different tactical challenges, and that's what I wanted to do. And also a versatile board. So that's the whole idea of the way I've got the terrain piece modular. Just move this out of the way. So I can take this bridge out here. Them steps can be left off the board, or in the future I might make another piece for them steps to attach to. And it's about making the board as modular as possible. You can see the bridge is almost as tall as a knight. You can almost hide a normal knight behind it. Not quite though. But yeah, let's just have a quick panel across. You'll see the scarab as well in the middle there. The scarab has Retributor armor painted on it, and it's got a green gem. It's a little hard to see there. I went for a green gem because it's representative of the eye colour of Magnus, the Primarch of the Thousand Suns, and he had green eye. He had a green eye. So that's the colour I went for there, just to add a little bit of colour as well. And yeah, let's just scooch around the other side, make sure I don't trip over that wire that I've just nearly tripped over. So you see the texture on this wall here. This is actually, I didn't sand this wall because the blue foam, it's already sort of got a texture on it. So I thought I'd try one piece without sanding it, and it actually looks all right. It's a bit too much texture for my liking. I didn't go mad with the Rust-Oleum on the rest of it because I didn't want that much texture. I didn't want it to look too rough stone. I wanted it to look like it's been treated and everything. But this piece here is just a slightly different texture to the rest of it, but I think it still works quite well. And then you'll see up here, it's nice and wide. You can get at least two 40mm bases across there. And I think it's 100mm wide altogether. So you could get four 25mm guys. So there's a little towel guy there, just to give you an example. You can get four of them across if you wanted to. You can get loads of miniatures on there if you want to. And then let's cut round the back. Round the back of the knight. And again, it's got a scarab on this side. You can see the sort of greeny bluey eye there a bit better. He has got a bit of glue on there though, so I'll need to give that a clean up at some point. There we go. So I'll cut now, and then I'll come back with it raised up into the second optional position. So you can see in this shot, it gives you an idea of how high the bridge is going to be once it's up on that second level. This piece here will be cut out. So that's going to be like a doorway there. And then the other pyramid across here will have another doorway at this end here. So you can go straight into the pyramid or whatever. I've taken the models off it because it's a bit precariously balanced there, as you can see. But if you look underneath, there's a knight there. He can almost, but not quite fit under now, especially if he's got a carapace weapon. Let's pan the other way. There we go. Especially if he's got a carapace weapon. He's not going to be able to fit under there, so it still limits the use of the board for some of the other miniatures. So bigger vehicles and that can't go under the bridge, so they're going to be stuck on one side of the board. And that's the whole idea of it, really, just making the board as challenging as possible for certain miniatures, but not others. Limiting your tactical options, but the armiger can fit under there, so like a Leviathan or whatever. Leviathan, Contemptor Dreadnought, they can all fit under there, no problem. And as you can see in this shot here, the plant pots aren't stuck down anywhere, so they can be moved nicely to any other part of the bridge, really. One place I quite like them is over here. One there, and then one down here. I could, if I wanted to, cut out some cubes of foam. I've got one here, handily, that I was just cutting out when I was messing around the other day. Cut out like a plinth for them to stand on. I've seen in the Prospero Burns display board in Warhammer World that they've got like plinths with plant pots on them. So that works quite well, I think. I'm just going to change the light here to see if we can get you a better idea of the colour. No, it's a little washed out, the colour. It's not quite as bright white as it looks. It's more of a creamy sort of colour. It's actually, to my eyes, the colour you're seeing on the blind in the window behind the item, it's sort of that colour. It's not quite creamy cream. It's like when you look up at the moon, and it's that sort of white. It's moonlight white. But anyway, yeah, there's my terrain piece for you. I don't really know what else I can say about it. If you have entered IdicBeer's Terrain Bridge Challenge this year, good luck. There's some really good entries that I've seen already. And yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. I will see you on the battlefield.